You're me. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the Tonight Show podcast for today, the 11th of December, live on YouTube. Happy Christmas jumper day. As you can see here, I have my Christmas jumper on. Let me get a bit more in shot. Yes, we have got plenty of news today from the world of, well, everything. Formula One, motorsport finishing off its 2025 season. We've got other news as well from around the world, which we're going to recap. Sport as well. I'm joined by late party supporter Zach Chambers around all latest news. Hello, Zach.
Hello, Charlie. Hello,
Right.
mate.
Let's start off with the villains of the week this week. Zach, I'm going to start with your one.
Oh, what's the knobheads of the week for me? Well, I think first of all, you could put Trump in there for his bizarre stuff to Venezuela. So yesterday he seized an oil tanker off the shores of Venezuela. Now, some would say, "Oh yeah, it's prescribed and everything like that as well." But it's it's annoying because once again tensions are escalating. He's then trying to strike deals with Russia and everything like that as well, whilst cracking the criticism out for them for Ukraine, I meant, as well. But yeah, I have to say, it's been one of those weeks again where he's gone off on one, blaming everybody and everything and all that sort of thing as well. So he's definitely one of my villains of the week for me, certainly on that one. It's been quite a busy week in the world of what he's been doing. There's Venezuela. Then there's the matters with Warner Brothers being purchased by Netflix, or being bought by Netflix, should we say, and him not being the exact fan. His preferred one is probably, let's just say, Paramount, who wants to be doing that as well. There's the, as you've shown there's the stuff with the oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. This is an escalation against Maduro's government, as you can probably tell about that as well. It was he said it's one of the largest ever seized, and if the reports are correct, he wants to do more of the seizing of oil tanks as well, which is just going to further escalate now the tension as well. Now, you may be thinking, another one of these oil tanks is something. Yes, Venezuela relies and produces a lot of oil. They're financially dependent on oil. Let's just say that as well. The Skipper, I think it's the ship they got as well. It's basically used to also fuel Iran and its proxies of terrorism, basically. So you can, on the one hand, you can understand why they sort of seized the ship, because it's been used for terrorism purposes and smuggling drugs everywhere else. But on the other hand, there is the matter of him escalating a bloody war as well. And here's the thing, tensions are very high. There are US jets going outside the borders, outside the territory, literally flying around as close as they can to see what's happening, to do drills and all that sort of thing as well. It's heightening escalations between the two countries as well. We're wondering, will it happen? Won't it happen? Will it happen? It feels like the moment of truth is coming eventually. And it feels, it does feel like something's brewing, but it's just a matter of when, not if. We can either go two ways. It can either be with Maduro saying goodbye to himself and just going out with a peaceful exit, or it will be the end of him for another military way where the US goes guns blazing, starts grabbing land targets, sea targets, all that sort of thing as well. But anyway, it's an unnecessary escalation. We can't. I don't see why it should be the case that this should be even happening. So, Trumpety Trump, villain of the week for me.
Anyway, my plank of the week, my villain of the week, it goes to a stabbing news. I want to cover this. 3 people have been sentenced. There's 2 actually. First one's in Northampton Town. 3 people have been sentenced in a connection with a 17-year-old boy. It happened on May the 19th, 2025. 2 of them, 17-year-old Northampton boys who cannot be named due to their age, pleaded guilty to Section 18, grievous bodily harm, and Northampton Crown Court and Leicester Crown Court, December the 5th. They were sentenced for 6 years in a young offenders institution and 12 months for the possession of an offensive weapon. The third person, named 23-year-old Hamza Zaki Sharif, previously of Simmons Walk, Northampton, was found Section 18 of grievously bodily harm following a 6-day trial ended on November 4th. Despite refusing to attend and sentencing, hearing his teenage co-defendant Sharif handed 12-year imprisonment for GBH and 18 months for possession offence of a weapon as well. Also, a man has been jailed for this. Is another one I'm going to bring up here. This is another another villain of the week. A man who launched an unprovoked knife attack on 2 strangers at a South London tube station has been jailed following British Transport Police B2B investigation. Nicholas Orlando Green, 36, and of Kensington Park Road, was found guilty of 2 counts of grievously bodily harm with an intent at London Crown Court in September. He also pleaded, found guilty of 1 count of possession of bladed article and 1 count of common assault. On the 4th of December the other week, he was sentenced to 11 years in prison. As well, just moments later, he launched a frenzy, unprovoked attack on an older man, repeatedly stabbing him for around 20 seconds with a knife, clenched his right hand. He continued the attack even after the victim fell to the work. He also got up to a lift and then he assaulted a 31-year-old woman before leaving the station. Oh my God, what is going on in London still at the moment? Oh. It tells you something about London's lawlessness definitely becoming a big problem right now. But anyway, there are planks of the week this week. Comment down below, guys, what you think, because there's a lot of people out there who think that they have different nominations. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to turn my attention now to the sports news this week. This is what the majority of the show is going to be tonight. We haven't really had many. It's been quite quiet, I think, this week on the political forefront. But anyway, let's go over some sports news now. We're going to start off with the Premier League. We'll start with football, because we've had some matches. I think there are some matches ongoing tonight in the Europa League, I believe. Crystal Palace, I think Nottingham Forest have been in action. I think Forest won their matches. But we were going to go over the Premier League as well, because obviously we had last weekend's results. As well, we also had Champions League action this week as well. Arsenal winning 3-0 against Club Brugge, and I think Manchester City and Liverpool were also in action this week as well. But anyway, in the results of the other matches, obviously that's this weekend, the 13th of December. Aston Villa, shock win over Arsenal 2-1, scored right at the end to clinch the victory there. Only Arsenal's second loss of the year. Everton, 3-0 winners against Nottingham Forest. Forest are really in trouble, I'm afraid, despite that little mini run of wins. Newcastle 2-1 winners against Burnley. Man City beat Sunderland 3-0. Tottenham, crucial win. Thomas Frank winning over his old club. 2-0. The important win there for Thomas Frank. His pressure mounts on his job, but he's safe for now. Bournemouth and Chelsea was a stalemate, or a goalless draw, as they call it. Leeds and Liverpool 3-3. A crucial match there for Leeds as well, but for Liverpool, another winless match. Brighton and West Ham was a 1-1, or a sit on the fence, as what people call. Is that what people call one, or a sit on the fence or something? Or Desmond 2-1? I'll have to get that counted out. there as well. Crystal Palace were 2-1 winners against Fulham, who are looking not particularly great at the moment, and Manchester United 4-1 winners against Wolves. Look like they're going to be dead and buried. They're only on a couple of points after 15 games. And then in the other matches, so 13th match day, 16. We're coming up now pretty much to the halfway point of the season. Wow, how quick has that gone? Chelsea, Everton, Liverpool, Brighton, Burnley, Fulham, Arsenal, Wolves is the 8 o'clock on Saturday. And then Sunday, we've got 5 or 6 matches on the Sunday. A lot of matches.
5.
We've got Palace, Man City, Sunderland, Newcastle, Forest and Tottenham, West Ham and Villa, a very crucial game for West Ham there as well. Brentford, Leeds, another crucial match at Leeds as well. And Manchester United and Bournemouth is the 8 o'clock Monday night football as well. So that is it. We'll say, as I said, Champions League action as well. Several British teams and, of course, in the Europa League as well. Other teams were in that as well. Some Irish sides with Shamrock Rovers were playing Crystal Palace tonight as well. Zach, what's your assessment on the football results this week?
Yeah, there's been a lot going on overall. Let me start off by talking about last week's Premier League game. We obviously know that Arsenal had a shock loss to Aston Villa in the 94th minute. Incredible match. We then had a bit of a shock result with Leeds managing to do one of the all-time last-minute goals against Liverpool. We had Bournemouth and holding Chelsea up again, who's not had exactly the best run of results of the game. Sunderland, I'm afraid, not having a good result from Manchester City as well. And then there was results as well of draw between Brighton and West Ham. Crystal Palace egging one out against Fulham. Man United with a dominant win against Wolves. But I think the story has sort of been off the pitch, actually, been what happened. And I'm going to talk, the reason why it's off the pitch, why it's off the pitch, is what Mo Salah has been saying behind the scenes as well. About Liverpool. He said in an interview as well that he'd feel like being thrown under the bus by Liverpool and that his relationship with Arne Slot had broken down. He said, I think it's very clear that someone wanted me to get all the blame. I said many times before I had a good relationship with the manager and all of a sudden we don't have a relationship. I don't know why, but it seems to me how I see it that someone doesn't want me in the club. It seems like the club has thrown me under the bus. That's how I'm feeling. I think this is very clear that someone wanted me to get all the blame. This club, I will always support it. My kids will always support it. I love the club so much and I always will. It's not acceptable to be fair. Don't get it. It's like I've been thrown under the bus. As well. I don't think I'm the problem. I've done so much. I don't have to go every day fighting for because I earned it. I'm not bigger than anyone, but I earned my position. It's football. It is what it is. That was the comments that triggered this huge wow. Just debate on whether that was acceptable. Was it acceptable for me? No, not in public. I think it. There's nothing wrong with pointing out the problems that the club has sometimes, but that was like a full-on rebellion. I mean, that was something that you should say behind the scenes, not in front of the public, and there was just ad hoc comments to the media. I thought it was really, really poor by him, and he's been obviously left out the squad on Tuesday against Inter Milan. I suspect that there is still resolution to be found. He probably will be not starting on this weekend as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not starting because, quite frankly, there's something to be sourced behind the scenes, unless we know something else that we're aware of. But yeah, there is tensions behind the scenes, and it's caused a lot of issues for Mo Salah. He's supposed to go to the AFCON on the 15th at the latest. So the manager and the captain will surely want something to be sorted out this weekend as well. but that was really, really something as well. But yeah, it was really bad. Anyway, let's talk about the Champions League results as well. Bit of a mixed bag for some of the teams, better for others. Atalanta beat Chelsea. Again, not good set of results recently for Chelsea. 2-1 loss against Atalanta. On the other hand, though, Liverpool won against Inter Milan. Barcelona won against Ajax and Frankfurt. Tottenham won comfortably against Slavia Prague. Yesterday, results saw Newcastle held to a draw against Bayern Leverkusen. Manchester City, brilliant result, by the way. 2-1 victory against Real Madrid. Arsenal comfortably winning against Club Brugge as well. Yeah, now the Champions League will be back in January as well. Let's talk about the Europa League and Europa Conference League that's going on at the moment. So I can see at the results at the moment that Villa up against Basel at the moment, 2-1. Nottingham Forest once against Utrecht as well in that one. Rangers, I'm afraid, another defeat on the road against Finnish Raros on that one as well. It's a really poor result. Celtic also having a howler of a night, losing 3-0 against Roma as well. It's not a good start for their brand new manager, Wilfried Nancy. This is not the European debut that he wants to be seen. And going back to the Conference League as well. Good news, though, on that front for Crystal Palace after a poor result last time, here winning 3-0 against Shelbourne, Irish side Shelbourne. Aberdeen, I'm afraid, losing against Strasbourg currently at the moment as well. Shamrock lost against Bualtec 3-1 in their game as well. So that's the sort of the games as well. There's a British and Irish side facing each other. Obviously, Palace winning that one quite easily. That's the sort of the European results this week. Now coming up this weekend, as you sort of mentioned, the pick of the 3 o'clock for me. Liverpool, Brighton, Chelsea, Everton. That's the only 2 games at 3 o'clock, by the way, tomorrow on Saturday. Burnley, Fulham is 5:30. 8 o'clock is Arsenal, Wolves. And then on Sunday, there's 4 at 2 o'clock, including a very significant game. It's the Tyneside derby, where derby between Sunderland and Newcastle. That is going to be an atmosphere. A very, very feisty atmosphere, here we say for that one. Palace take on Manchester City. That's also a big tie as well at 2 o'clock. Nottingham Forest will take on Spurs. West Ham take on Aston Villa. Brentford, Leeds, Man United, Bournemouth. And there's also coming up this week as well EFL Cup action, the Carabao Cup action as well, I should mention, coming up next week. There are 3 games next week. 3 of the 4 quarterfinals are taking place. Cardiff against Chelsea, that's on Tuesday. Wednesday is Manchester City against Brentford and Newcastle against Fulham. That is at 8:15 on Wednesday. And then, Arsenal Palace is the week after that as well, but for obvious reasons as well. And going back to conference, can I just go back to the conference quite quick? Because actually it's the final set of fixtures next weekend as well.
That's all right.
And will have significant impact as well. So you got Shamrock Rovers against Hammeron, Shelbourne against Stitch, Crystal Palace end up at home at Kupus as well, and Aberdeen end up against Sparta Park. So that's on Thursday next week as well. I should mention what's going on there as well.
That's all the football results. Now it's time for the final round of, the Formula One World Championship, which took place in Abu Dhabi last Sunday. Can I just say, okay, there has been a lot of news about this over the week, but well done, Lando. Congratulations. You have become a world champion. For the first time last weekend, McLaren's first Formula One World Championship win as in Drivers' Championship win since Lewis Hamilton back in 2008. So Lewis Hamilton now, as he's known as. Remember that moment is that Glock from 2008. Lewis Hamilton passing Timo Glock pretty much at what was effectively turn 12 in Brazil to clinch the title, get in 5th place that day. Lando Norris just had to keep it in the podium to basically make sure that he was champion, and Oscar Piastri obviously tried his absolute hardest. The strategy didn't quite go his way despite doing a mammoth stint on the hard tyres. And Max Verstappen done everything he could by winning the race, but it wasn't enough. But I have to say, for Max Verstappen, and look, okay, I'm not saying I'm a Max fan here, but I do think, can I just say this? I think he's done nearly done one of the biggest comebacks ever in sports history. He was about 100 points behind. I think it was going into like Zandvoort or going into the summer break. And he comes within a couple of points of winning the World Championship. That second half of the season from Max was something unbelievable. I mean, he took wins when he needed to. You know, he won, what was it, the last 2 or 3 races he won. He won in Qatar, he won in Vegas, he won in Abu Dhabi. And I don't understand how Red Bull had a very bad car at the start of the year. Max was very kind of critical of the car. You know, he was playing down his expectations, but to be within 2 points of potentially a 5th world title, and to go tied on the list with one Manuel Fangio, who's won 5 titles, that's something. Obviously, he's still got 4, and Max obviously congratulated Lando that day. You know. Honestly, Max was so unlucky to lose that championship because he could have pulled off one of the biggest comebacks ever. But well done to Lando. Yes, there was a moment in the race. Yeah, Yuki Tsunoda, I'm going to come on to that in a minute, the Yuki Tsunoda thing. Tsunoda, in his final race for Red Bull, trying to do a Sergio Perez of 2021, didn't quite come off with it. When Sergio Perez tried to hold Lewis Hamilton out for the Mercedes? Epic defending, as I call it, on warm tyres. Yes, Tsunoda didn't quite do that, unfortunately. But in the end, Lando Norris won the title, and we will be coming on to the BBC Sports Personality of the Year nomination shortly as well, because Lando Norris is up for that as well. But Zach, the final race of the season in Abu Dhabi, under the lights, obviously it was a dusk to night race. The race wasn't particularly, just a classic F1 race, not particularly, kind of mixed in places, overtaking here now, everywhere really. But let's start with the big news. Lando Norris becomes the 11th British driver to win a Formula 1 World Championship. What's your thoughts on that? And obviously, what are your reflections on the season for Lando? Because I bet for him, this is a huge moment that he'd been cherishing for such a long time as a young kid.
Absolutely. Cherished for it goes down in history. It's on his record now for the rest of his life. And it's a moment to be completely proud of for him as well. I mean, yeah, it wasn't easy at times. We have to be clear. Sometimes mistakes that he did by himself, sometimes screwed over by the team with some of their mistakes they did as well. But yeah, he did what he needed to do. And it wasn't easy at times as well, shall we say, throughout that race, because there was obviously Charles Leclerc, number 1, who's quite fast in that Ferrari. Even for his standards, that was like the car was Ferrari. He did well. He did really well for what it's worth, Leclerc. I mean, it wasn't enough in the end to pressure him, but the first half of the race, and then the final stint of the race was the pressure cooker for Norris. In fact, Leclerc kept him his toes. He eked out the gap, thankfully, Norris. And then we got to the pit stops, and they did as well as they could. They pitted early so they could cover the Ferrari, because actually, but that also as well, he came out in traffic and he dealt with the traffic just wonderfully. I mean, the moves he did, he got 2 in one corner at one go. Then you had the pressure of trying to get past Yuki Tsunoda, who, by his definition, he was doing all he can to stop Norris. That was a complete 180 backfire, because not only did he move like 4 times on the straight, he got a 5-second penalty. The hope that, Norris would get a penalty for overtaking off the track didn't materialise, because the stewards decided to put in a mitigating factor that he was also forced off the circuit. In other times, you would say, well, why didn't Norris get a penalty for that? I mean, it's an argument you could make, but I can also sort of understand why the mitigating circumstances was applied in this instance, because it was a dangerous move by Yuki Tsunoda. But anyway, when he got past Tsunoda, when obviously he decided to do the second stop, because Leclerc wanted to get a reaction out from McLaren. Obviously, McLaren covered that quite well, although Leclerc was quick on the early pace. Then Norris sort of, covered that quite well. It was easy from there onwards. I don't think it was obviously easy for Norris to be overtaken on the start by Piastri. It was almost like that was planned in some ways by McLaren as well. That was the interesting thing. It's almost like it was planned. But anyway, Norris did what he needed to do, even if it wasn't easy at times. But it doesn't matter. It didn't matter. He got the job done, finished third. He won the championship by 2 points over Max Verstappen. And Max Verstappen has been done so incredibly well over the weekend in the second half of the season. I mean, the turnaround is sensational by his standards. And Piastri were well-deserved second. I mean, he sort of blew it Azerbaijan onwards. Piastri had a stronger end of the season than the last couple of races, because it wasn't plain sailing for him, and he had a lot of self-inflicted mistakes. But I think he'll be obviously happy with his second position overall. I think he is what he is. He finished third in the championship. I think he could have easily finished second if not for the multiple mistakes and some other team matters as well. But Verstappen just did the race he did. Obviously, Piastri did the alternative hard tyre run, but it wasn't the case. It didn't work out this time. George Russell finished the season fifth. Alonso sixth. Ocon seventh. Lewis Hamilton, I think we'll be pleased about the comeback drive. 8th position. Nico Hulkenberg was 9th. Lance Stroll finishing 10th. And then outside the ports was Bortoleto, Behrman, Sainz, Tsunoda, Antonelli. Dismal race for him. Albon, Hadjar, Liam Lawson, Pierre Gasly, Colapinto. Alpine finishing 19th and 20th. Last in the standings as well. It was, they finished last. But that's it for the season. That is goodbye to 2025. Goodbye to the era, the ground effect era cars. Hello to the active aero generation of cars coming for next season. Goodbye to Sauber, Audi coming next season as well. Goodbye to Renault having Honda engines. It will be a Red Bull Ford powertrains next year as well. Hello to Aston Martin having Honda. Hello to Mercedes on Alpine as a customer team now. Hello to Madrid next season. Let's just say that as well. Goodbye to DRS. Replaced by a system that's not going to be called Management Override Mode, by the way. The FIA have announced that's not going to be called the MOM, which create a joke for yourself there, is not going to be called Management Override Mode. It'll be something else. We don't know what it is yet. It's going to be called, but it'll be called something else. Don't know, push to pass, overtake, whatever you want to call it. There'll be something. Hello to shorter, less heavier cars next season as well. I think it's goodbye to the MGUH. I think it is the MGUK as well next season as well. Goodbye Imola. Not going to be on the calendar next year, I'm afraid. Hello to private testing at the Circuit de Catalunya, which will be behind closed doors. as well. Yeah, there's a lot happening next year. A new era begins next year. We start afresh next season. All new cars. Hello to Cadillac, by the way. I forgot to mention them. Hello, welcome along to the party Cadillac. They'll be starting. Hello again to Valtteri Bottas. Hello to that Sergio Perez again. Hello to both of them. Welcome back. It's going to be a fun ride with you. Hopefully not in last position as well. Hello to Arvid Lindblad as well next season. Goodbye, Yuki Tsunoda. That's one thing to keep an eye out for. Goodbye to them as well. So yeah, a lot of goodbyes and hellos as well next season. And speaking of which, obviously there's been a celebration for Lando Norris. We've seen him getting absolutely smashed on the evenings as well with his championship victory. He deserved it. He sounded a bit hoarse when he got up the next day for post-season testing as well. But he's back at the factory. He came back to the factory the other day to complete and utter salute to Cheers. He's also been nominated for Sports Personality of the Year alongside the likes of Luke Little. Let me go through that actually as well. Because Luke Little's on there, Lando Norris is on there, Chloe Kelly is on there as well. Rory McIlroy also on there as well in the results as well. Rory McIlroy, Hannah Hampton, Ellie Kidulmi, Kidun, the women's our Lioness rugby player as well. On there as well. So it's a good field, actually. You've got two footballers, Hannah Hampton, Chloe Kelly, Ellie Kidulmi, Luke Little, Roy McIlroy, Lando Norris, all on there for Sports Personality on the year. It's taking place on the 18th of December, this time next week as well. Yeah, I think it will be either one of the Lionesses or Roy McIlroy. I think... Yeah, I think it'll be one of them. I mean, obviously, it's great to see Lando in the mix. I don't think he'll win it, honestly. There is such a strong field that I just don't see him taking it, I'm afraid. As much as it'd be great to see that sort of thing there as well. But yeah, it's a good field though. Recognisable now. I think it'll be one of the Lionesses or Roy McIlroy. To be fair, but yeah, good field overall. Of Sports Personality of the Year.
Yeah, that move that Oscar Piastri done in the first lap was, I thought it was one of the best moves of the year. Round the outside of Lando. Well, at least Lando won the championship, and as a result, he claimed that if I had to celebrate achieving my dream, it's vodka. That's certainly, it got very wild. I saw the celebrations, man, on social media of Lando out, and I'm not sure if Max was at the club as well, but he was loving it. I mean, I could tell that. The moment he won the championship, he was out partying away in Abu Dhabi. Oh, he looked absolute. I mean, Charles Leclerc even made an appearance that night as well. So, yeah, very interesting news as well. But as I said, Sports Personality is coming on next week. I also want to go over Formula E. That took place last weekend. Also, Formula E is now available to watch on ITV now. So, if you have been watching Formula E now, you can get it in the UK this year. Let's start with this race. Oh, wow. There was some chaos, lots of chaos in that one for Formula E. Obviously, I was surprised, actually. The racing actually came back just last weekend. And it was the season, I think it was season 10 champion, Jake Dennis, that took the victory in the opening round of the season in Sao Paulo. Wow, I mean, this one was full of chaos. The first lap was just, oh my God, Nick de Vries, what was he doing?
Yeah.
On the first lap. It seemed like to me, he botched the start, ran into his teammate, and then, didn't get much more than the first corner. But as a result, Dennis got the win ahead of last season's champion Oliver Rowland in an all-British 1-2. And from 15th on the grid, Nick Cassidy finished in third place to take the podium. Then we got Verline, Muller, Gunther, Ericsson, Joe Ericsson, by the way, in 7th, Sebastian Buemi was 8th. Joe Exton went from 18th on the grid. Pretty impressive drive from him. Nick De Vries actually, well, he did start the race. He did race, albeit with finishing 9th. Zane Maloney I think it's the new lowly Yamaha team, finished in 11th. In terms of that, there were only 13 drivers that got classified because, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 drivers didn't finish the race. Jean-Eric Verne, actually, Joseph Pepe Marti, whatever you call him, he didn't finish. He actually flipped over the Spaniard during that race. The car flipped over his Cooper Kira actually flipped. It was a very horrible. It was a horrible accident actually. I think barrel rolled 1/8 of 2. Barrel rolled a couple of times in the air there. Verne, Evans, Mortara, De Grassi had a collision as well. I think it was with Mortara, Nato, and Picton were the other drivers to DNF in that race. Zach, what do you make from a chaos of Sao Paulo's first Formula E race of the season?
Yeah, chaos was a word to describe it as well. But Jake Dennis came away with the victor in that one as well. It's a lot happened. I think what advantaged him as well, because he managed to get he managed to get in the best get attack mode. Have one attack mode left on the final stint before the chaos began, and he made real advantage of that to take the victory. Really important one in that sense as well. Now, there's a lot of DNFs in this. Dan Ticktum was such a unlucky victim of the first corner. I mean, not his fault. I don't know what the others were doing, quite frankly, but he got hit. He had a puncture. The car was damaged. No point in that one as well. Then you had Norman Nato involved in all the shenanigans. Then you had Lucas Di Grassi or Rene Mortara. And then we had that nasty accident with Joseph Maria Martini, Pepe Martini, getting involved in that nasty flip as well. It was his. Was it his fault though? Because we heard sort of a number of drivers complained that they couldn't hear the race director throughout the race, and he's not the only one. There were several drivers complaining that they were struggling to get communication from the race director on certain instructors. Now, I have a feeling that I think on this occasion Pep Marty got the message, but was just too slow to react, and therefore he went into the back and then flipped the car over sensationally. I mean, I'm glad he got out of the car, but I do believe he has been given quite harsh penalty for next race in Mexico City. I think he's going to be serving quite a hefty penalty. Either he's going to be back in the grid or in the pit lane, from what I remember rightly, or serving an in-race penalty as well. But yeah, that was a very nasty accident as well. And it was a quite significant flip over. The car was on fire at one point. It wasn't the most special sort of sight you wanted to see as well. But at least everyone got out okay. But Jake Dennis, congratulations on winning the first race. Obviously, the next race is in the new year. It's at Mexico City. Obviously, we know the place that we go to on that one, the Ultramarino Jorales. That as well, Mexico City as well for that one. Yeah, a lot to happen there as well. But I'm looking forward to watching the race of that one. That'll be at a very suitable time of 8 p.m. UK time on that one, the 10th of January as well. So that will be quite a fun race to watch. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, of course, it's available on ITV now, so you can watch it on the UK TV. Unlike a couple of years ago, it was all done on a channel that I did.
It's on TNT as well. It's on
well
TNT
done to ITV for broadcast. And
Yeah.
Nikki Shields as well, presenting Formula E as well. See, I know that she also does British touring cars as well. Sport that I oh, do you know what? I was at Silverstone last year, and I was actually I went into the paddock area. I was literally that close to seeing her. Like I saw her like doing the broadcasting for a Variety TV Sport. Honestly, like getting close to the media at Silverstone was weird. Trust me. Anyway, moving on now to the one more sporting thing. It has been a very big sporting show tonight. Not really been that much news on the spectrum. But anyway, let's talk tonight. We're back. We're back, baby. As the dart players head to the Alexandra Palace for the World Darts Championship.
Oh, yes.
Well, the next couple of weeks, or the next few weeks actually, we're going to be seeing darts up until New Year now. A big tournament. Huge prize money for the winner, and getting to the final is a big part of it. Can Luke Littler go back-to-back this year and win yet another World Darts Championship? Let's have a look. Well, in terms of the matches, we did have a match earlier on, and I believe Michael Smith beat Lisa Ashton 3-0 in round one. Obviously, Michael Smith has dropped down the rankings because he's not been on a very particularly great run of form. So he beat Lisa Ashton, one of the ladies. Luke Littler has just won 3-0 against Darius Labanauskas. And currently live is Madros Razma and Jamal van der Herk. I can pronounce that surname.
Yeah, it's a Dutchman. It's a Dutch name.
Thanks, it's a Dutch player. He's I think that one's currently on at the moment. But obviously, we're going to have action throughout the tournament. I believe some daytime sessions, some evening sessions. Tomorrow, this is some of the matches lined up. We've got Ross Smith in action, Ryan Searle in action, Rapid Ricky Evans in action, Damien Hetter in action as well. On the 13th, we've also got Luke Humphreys in action at 9 o'clock against Ted Everts. 14th, we've got Joe Cullen. Loads of players in action on the remaining days of the tournament. James Wade as well. Zach, what's your assessment so far on the World Darts Championship as the first day draws to a close at the Alexandra Palace?
Yeah, Madzarama has just got up one set, by the way. It was close set, I should mention as well. But Madzarama has just got up one set against Jamal van der Herk. Dutch names are very hard to pronounce, but it's been an action-packed first day, and we've already had our first shock already. Kim Highbrick out of the World Darts Championship after not even the first Sagat. We have a shocker. It's against he's out against debutant Arno Merck, 3-1. That was a surprise, but Arno Merck looked so comfortable. It was surprising. It was quite something to watch in there. Let me go into Michael Smith. 3-0. He's back after injuries. Now, a little bit shaky in the first set, but again, easily defeated Lisa Ashton. 3-0 in that one. Quite comfortable display after all. Luke Littler winning his first match of the World Darts Championship, defending world champion. Obviously, he gets 3-0 against Darius Lambakis. It was a 3-0 win, but I watched it and it wasn't quite as simple as that. I mean, for what is worse, Darius Lambakis, I can't even pronounce the name. Darius Lambakis, whatever.
Labanauskas,
Yeah, Baskus. He did well at times throughout the match. I mean, he nearly won a set. He went 2-1 up at points. But obviously, with Luke Littler, he's always coming back. And he can just adapt to that easily. Luke Littler is known for his slow starts. Now, keep in mind, this is set darts we're talking about here. So it's not as simple as leg, just normal best first to 17, best to 10 or whatever. This is set darts, so we're looking for 3 sets to get to. So he can't always get away with that sort of thing, but for now he could. And it was all right. It's not his best performance, but it was definitely a 3-0 performance by no means whatsoever. and he's easily through to the next round. So that's the one thing he's reassuring about as well. And obviously, the thing about it is different. What's different this year is like we have 128 players now, rather than 90 players. We are now 128. None of the big players get a bye to the second round this time. They're all starting round one. Everyone is. We've now got like tiebreakers now at every round rather than at certain rounds, which makes the game really, really fun. And yes, we just got so much dates. It's almost Christmas is like come. This is like sit on your sofa sort of moment. All your plans are cancelled, literally, because the darts on the telly, a bit of addy-paddy fun. It's just great. It's so great. My evenings are filled for the next couple of weeks, or even a month or so now, for the World Darts Championship. Just so much fulfilled on that one as well. Honestly, it's so refreshing. So we're in the evening session tonight. Tomorrow, obviously, we've got most of these. We're going to have day and night sessions. So tomorrow we got in the morning session, we've got you may recognise some of these names. Neil Zoinova versus Hui Pipa. Don't ask me. Asian players. We got Ian White against Mervyn King. That'll be a good one. We got Ryan Seal against Chris Ladman, and then we got another former world champion, Rob Cross, who's not had the best of seasons, take on Cord Decker as well in the evening session. In the morning session, in the afternoon session, and in the evening session is where we got Ross Smith taking on Andrews Hamilton, Rapid Ricky Evans taking on Man Luk Lung, the upcoming talent is Guillaume Van Ven taking on Christian Reyes, and then Damon Hetter, who scored a 9-darter last year, taking on Steve Lennon, the veteran Steve Lennon as well. That's tomorrow. And then throughout the week, you got Andrew Gilding in the morning, the afternoon on Saturday, Luke Woodhouse, Gary Anderson. And tomorrow on Saturday evening, you got Luke Humphreys against Ted Everett, as you mentioned, Gabriel Clemens, Wessel Nyman, Richie Edhouse, Joe Cullen, Bradley Brooks. That'll be a fun one. Dimitri Vandenberg as well on Sunday. Stephen Bunting on Sunday. Monday, you got Cameron Menzies, Peter Wright against Lynn Van Leven. You've got Johnny Clayton, Connor Scott as well. Lots of names over the next couple of weeks. Just sit on the sofa, enjoy it, because it's going to be so much fun as well.
It is, and that's the end of the sports news now. And also, we forgot to mention, I'm a Celebrity was on, and Zach, the King of the Jungle, was a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer at Angry Ginge.
It is. It's I believe, the first content creator to ever win I'm a Celebrity. He also got the most votes, I think, ever to be recorded on I'm a Celebrity. There was a record, I think, 13 million votes. He has got a massive fan base. They came out in force and voted him. He won, I think it was a 60-30 split in the end at the end of the day, against obviously Tom Reed Wilson. Tom Reed Wilson has been a delight, by the way. So let's not forget about him. He's been an utter delight to be in that jungle with. But Angry Ginge, just sensational. I mean, we have seen the more humankind side of Angry Ginge, of him. And I think it's really connected with the viewers really well. I must admit, I was surprised with some of the other results. I was really surprised with H getting fourth. I'm really surprised. I thought he was going to be even top 2 with H. Sorry, Ginge. But I'm really surprised he finished behind Shona. It really did surprise me. I'm even surprised that, as you know, Ruby Wax didn't even make it. Got cleared out. I'm shocked about that as well. I mean, yeah. But anyway, I was happy for Ginge. I mean, you couldn't have it to a nicer guy. I know he's doing his first live stream tomorrow since returning to the jungle. So that will be incredibly entertaining. He's going to have so much to catch up on. I did enjoy the fact that they spoiled the football results for him on the ice creams, but you could clearly tell. I mean, he'd been watching as a little kid, and then it's a good sign. I mean, he's also the youngest winner as well, I should mention. A dream's come true for him, and that was an experience he couldn't forget. He's going to get so much more opportunities out of this as well, because he's king. He was king of the jungle. I mean I mean, it's incredible, really, how he managed to win that, because he's got such a fan base. His content is really creative. It connects with an audience. Yeah, that was a deserved victory for him by a mile away. A really deserved victory.
We're now going to go into the musical interlude. Now, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. This song is by Michael Bublé, and it's Holly Jolly Christmas.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, the mistletoe is hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, just once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Mistletoe is hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, just so once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year.
Thank you there. That was Michael Bublé with Holly Jolly Christmas. Can I just say, not just at Christmas, Michael Bublé can be played any time of the year. And that, as you know, that song's iconic. People might play Michael Bublé just at the festive season, but really he's much more than that to many humans.
Yeah, definitely. That's another one I keep hearing on loop very often. So yeah, recognisable.
Imagine the pops out of that man cave and people like saying Batman and Robin have come out. Well, I certainly have to say that is like what people say about Bublé. They all just play him at Christmas, and really he's more than that. He's a classic cover. He loves, honestly, go and check Michael Bublé's music out. He's also a judge on The Voice as well over in, I think it's in America as well. So go and watch that. He's also like Snoop Dogg and several other people. So yeah, anyway, let's talk about the Conversation Street tonight. Happy Christmas jumper day to everyone out there. As I said at the start of the show, I have got my Christmas jumper on tonight. There he is, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's appeared. The reindeers come on my show. So if you've been at work and you know your business, your company have got Christmas jumper day or Christmas jumper month or Christmas outfit month throughout December, hope you've been enjoying it. You know, maybe having some hot chocolate as well. I know I've been certainly making the most of December. And certainly this winter having hot chocolate. I've been buying loads of it. Christmas. So only buying them for the festive season. Soup as well. Had that the other day. So definitely getting into that festive spirit. Anyway, obviously, all the proceeds for the UK Virgin charities, UK Virgin go to Save the Children, a charity which helps children who are living in vulnerable communities around the world. Also, children that need the help the most. And across the UK, the fundraising efforts haven't stopped there around the country. As donations to school pupils roll in across the UK. This was here around the country. People celebrating Christmas Jumper Day in all of them. We've got, this was the whole city council today, holding up their Christmas jumpers and wearing their Christmas outfits. More than 140 Christmas jumpers have been donated to primary school students in Hull. The appeal by the city's council to ensure pupils had something to wear on the annual Christmas Jumper Day, which raises money to save children. The clothing was dropped off at the council's customer service centres and the branches of Beecroft. Estate agents, Councillor Charles Quinn said it was the biggest collection yet for Christmas. But also, it's not just that. We know that people around the country have been celebrating Christmas. This is from Dorset as well. Loads of people celebrating the festive season as well. And also here as well, particularly in the county of Essex, I know that we've had loads of people going out. We've had the Malden Banyards taxis taking part in the Christmas Jumper Day. Hello, Colin Godfrey. Today, he went a step further by deciding to dress up in Santa Claus as an outfit. So in your community this Christmas, driving minibuses for school children in taxis. Can I just say that? Looks like he's certainly charged there. Banyards is a taxi company in Causeway, Malden, which has been operating for 80 years, transporting public and private passengers around the district. This Christmas, the firm has chosen to fundraise Save the Children, which helps transform the lives of children in more than 100 countries. The charity Christmas Jumper Day initiative is aimed at workplaces as well. So that was Banyards in Malden as well. In Banyards, Malden taxis. Hello to you guys. Well done for taking part in today's event. Also as well, the interesting news of Christmas jumpers coming to your baked beans. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Heinz. It isn't baked beans, it's mayonnaise. Mayonnaise on my gingerbread house. Heinz have unwrapped the new range of Christmas jumpers featuring the 6 of the nation's most iconic cupboard staples. They include Heinz Seriously Good mayonnaise, beans, tomato ketchup, salad cream tomato soup, and Heinz hoops. According to that, they are £27 for that. I mean, look at that. Imagine wearing a Christmas jumper with the theme of Heinz spaghetti on it, or Heinz baked beans. Like, we have to pay a lot of money for Heinz, don't we, in supermarkets? I bet they're going to, since the budget now, they're probably going to go up to need £4, especially the tomato sauce. I'll be like, oh, I'm paying £4 for tomato sauce very soon. But yeah, that design just looks so. I like the design of that jumper. It gives me vibes of like a gingerbread house, or it gives me vibes of having like like some people have. Comment down below, guys, if you put mayo on your sandwich. Do you have your sandwich or roll with like mayo? Let me know in the comments. Some people put mayo on stuff, and I don't know whether it's a good thing or not. It does enhance the flavour a little bit, I think. So Zach, Christmas Jumper Day 2025. Obviously, as you've seen there, many people across the country taking part in the fundraising day. What stood out for you today?
I imagine there's been a lot going on today with the Christmas Jumper Day. Now, sadly, I don't often go into my office on Christmas Jumper Days on a Thursday because it's not my official day to be sort of wearing that sort of thing as well. But I'm just going through all the stuff. Let's talk about, let me just see who's been wearing it. I mean, there's the examples. I'm looking at this one in Edinburgh Tram staff as well, who have been once again getting the Christmas spirit, from drivers and operational colleagues, ticketing services. They've been getting in the Christmas spirit as well with Christmas Jumper Day as well. There's been help There's been donations helped in a school in Hull. 140 Christmas jumpers were donated to a primary school in Hull as well. So that students had something to wear on Christmas jumper day. That's a brilliant sort of measure they did there as well. Yeah, I mean, and there's the Mersey ferries as well to celebrate Christmas jumper day as well throughout the day as well. Let's just see who else is. Let's see who's been celebrating as well. I mean, there's just so much going on as well, and just want to see what else has been happening. There's a celebration in Dorset as well. Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff I've seen is really interesting. I suppose my sort of Christmas jumper day would be on Tuesday because I'm going out with a meal with my work organisation. I've got sort of our festive meal. So, yeah, I have to say, I haven't been wearing it today. I probably might wear it Tuesday. But, yeah, great to see all the pictures that come in and seeing all the efforts out there as well.
Also, as well, I have to say, this is really cute. I only found this the other day. Look at that. Oh, little doggies. The dogs are wearing Christmas jumpers. That's so cute. Look at that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's brilliant. I mean, the ears is just so. I mean, yeah, that is just incredibly adorable. Incredibly adorable.
Wow.
It's not just humans as well celebrating, the dogs as well. Yeah, I mean, they're enjoying it much more than what you see on there. Let's just say that.
Wow. Oh, I found out one of the dogs got rescued from China around 2 years ago. Oh, honestly, I did not know that they'd done it for Deck the Paws. They'd done it for a dog, was it like Dogs Guide or something, a charity that helps specialise with dogs. That's amazing. Honestly, like, please, like, just support your charities. Like, doing something can really help. Obviously, Christmas Jumper Day is optional. You know, you can take part in it if you want. But trust me, guys, I've literally been wearing Christmas jumpers from the end of November. Literally, I get mine out early. But I honestly, like, it's comfy. It's comfy to wear. Like, that's the one thing about it. If you get a nice thick one, it's nice and warm, it's comfortable. And you can wear them to work in December. So, some places. But having this on, just, yeah, gives you gets you into that festive spirit, doesn't it, up until the new year. So, certainly one to take note of as well. And also take note as well, guys, for the TV schedules. I think Zach the other day as well, before we go, we had the TV schedules that were leaked, were spotted. I saw them on socials the other day. BBC One, ITV, Channel 4. I think some of them channels announced some schedules over Christmas Day. There looks like some very interesting programmes on there as well.
Yeah, there's everything from the usual lot as well. You've got Call of Midnight, Amanda Land, and everything like that as well on BBC. Ghost Story from Christmas. All Creatures Great and Small was on there. Beyond Paradise. Call the Midwife. Death in Paradise. The Madman Blank Mysteries as well. Scarecrow's Wedding. As well. Finding Father Christmas. Mrs. Brown's Boys. I mean, typical. As well. Stuffed. Two Doors Down, Blankety Blanks on at Christmas. Would you believe it or not? There's a Gladiator Christmas special. You got Sam Thompson in that. Joe Wicks as well. Interesting enough as well. Nicola Adams, and you may have seen her on Celebrity. Vogue Williams is on that as well. Interesting enough as well. We've obviously gone through the Strictly stuff as well. A Celebrity Apprentice is also on, by the way, over Christmas. By the way, that's getting a full series, by the way, next year as well. A full celebrity series. Would you believe it or not? Next year. So
featuring Thomas Skinner, the Apprentice celebrity.
Hang on.
Oh, Zach has unfortunately had to go there. Has had some technical issues. Yeah, Thomas Skinner will be featuring in the Celebrity Apprentice. You might know he got voted out of Strictly Come Dancing first, unfortunately. Whether he said he glad he enjoyed the experience. Did Thomas Skinner, which was good because obviously, you know, Thomas Skinner. I I don't know what to say about people hating on him. I don't understand why people hate Thomas Skinner. I just find that I think he's genuinely a lovely guy.
Hello.
That's back now.
Sorry about that. Yeah, what we're talking about TV stuff. I mean, yeah, it's a mad schedule. I have to say, looking at it. And then there's the New Year stuff as well. I should say you got Masked Singer returning in the New Year. Would you believe it or not? You got the Traitors returning in the New Year as well. Oh, I mean, yeah, obviously I'm not going to miss the Traitors as well. Obviously the Christmas stuff. You got Bake Off, Roy Variety Performance, usual stuff like that. You got something. You got another Tour of Dean documentary there, sort of The Last Dance, as well. I mean, yeah, how many Last Dances do we have to see of them many times? But yeah, yeah, a few stuff as well. And then you got your soaps, your usual EastEnders, your Coronation Street, your Emmerdale, your Hollyoaks. If you want to be miserable and watch people die and everything like that, or get into dramas, then you're more than welcome to watch that as well. If you're feeling that's festive spirit as well. But yeah, lots of stuff going on at Christmas.
And you can pick up the TV Christmas magazines in supermarkets that will give you all the schedules up until New Year, where you can go and pick one of them schedules up and view any of the latest showbiz news that's coming to your door over the festive period. There'll be some great things, films as well, probably some good films on over the Christmas period. So I'm sure you can pick one up in a supermarket, just popping in, get one. Honestly, then, you know, it helps you if you don't want to look on the TV all the time. Keep you updated all the news. Anyway, that brings us to the end of tonight's show podcast. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care and have a great weekend. See you next time for another edition of the show. Take care and good night.